we will introduce the calculation sheet for chiller selection for HVAC. Before that, please see the detail of design consideration from here if need more technical background. And you can download calculation sheet format from here. This method can be applied all of the type of buildings. We will introduce calculation sheet for two cases: absorption chiller and heat pump unit. First, we will explain about absorption chiller. Calculation sheet is containing three kinds of contents. 1. Calculation for cooling capacity, heating capacity, chilled water flow rate and cooling tower flow rate. 2. Summary and design specifications. 3. Comparison and selection for manufacturer's products. We will explain the detail of cooling capacity calculation. Here is formula. Here is each factors. Here is summary of heat load. This value to be calculate from other calculation sheet. Generally, put the peak load from heat load calculation or total value of capacity of air handling unit. Then, we can get cooling capacity. Heating capacity calculation. Here is formula. Here is each factors and summary of heat load. Same method as cooling capacity calculation. Then, we can get heating capacity. Next, chilled and heating water flow rate calculation. Here is formula. Entering water temperature and leaving water temperature. We can refer to table 3 to 4 for standard temperature. This is table 3 to 4 standard temperature conditions for chillers. We can get 7 and 12 degree for absorption chiller and heating water machine. Then, we can get chilled water flow rate. In this case, we will use same pump and pipe for heating water. Therefore, we assume that chilled water and heating water is same flow rate. Leaving water temperature for heating water is 55 degree. We can refer table 3 to 4 again. We can get 55 degree from table 3 to 4. Then, we can get calculated entering temperature as reference. Next, we select cooling tower specification and flow rate for cooling water. We need to use another calculation sheet for cooling tower selection. This is the calculation sheet for cooling tower. These contents are: 1. Calculation for cooling tower specifications. 2. Summary of design specifications. 3. Comparison and selection for manufacturer's products. First, pick up cooling capacity from chiller calculation sheet. Next, correction of capacity for selection. This time use K7 equals 1.8. Then we can get calculated cooling water flow. One more, we can calculate makeup water requirement for plumbing design also. Here, we put summary of design specifications based on calculation result. This time we select 2 units. So each capacity was divided by 2. Finally, select product from manufacturer's model. This time we select from table 3 to 13 as sample. This is table 3 to 13 specifications for cooling tower for its option type chiller. Then, we chose model CT75. Here is selected cooling water flow rate. Come back calculation sheet for chiller. Then, we completed explanation for calculation part. Next, make summary of design specifications. This is the preparation for product selection. This time, we assume that number of unit is one number. So, it can be put same value from calculation result. For example, calculated cooling capacity 525 kilowatts. Number of unit is one number. So, design specification is 525 kilowatts per unit. After that, make comparison and selection matrix for manufacturer's product. As sample, we filled in selection from table 3 to 8. This is table 3 to 8 specification summary for high efficiency type absorption chiller and heating water machine. Then, we selected RH150. We completed explanation for absorption unit. Next we would like to explain about heat pump unit also. Same as previous, these contents are 1. Calculation for cooling capacity, heating capacity and chilled water flow rate. Because of heat pump unit, cooling tower is not necessary. 2. Summary and design specifications. 3. Comparison and selection for manufacturer's products. First, cooling capacity calculation. Here is formula. Here is each factors and summary of heat load. When we select heat pump unit, we need to consider correction factor. It can be adjust difference of temperature condition between design condition and GIS conditions. This is correction curve by ambient temperature. For cooling, we assumed ambient temperature 34 degree in this case. So, we can get correction factor 101%. Then, we can get cooling capacity HRC. It's heating capacity calculation. Here is formula. Here is each factors and summary of heat load same. Correction factor. For heating, we assumed ambient temperature 2 degree and 80% in this case. So, we can get correction factor 84%. Then, we can get heating capacity. Next, chilled and heating water flow rate calculation. Here is formula. Entering water temperature and leaving water temperature. We can refer to table 3 to 4 for standard temperature. This is table 3 to 4 standard temperature conditions for chillers. We can get 7 and 12 degree for heat pump unit. Then, we can get chilled water flow rate. In this case, we will use same pump and pipe for heating water. Therefore, we assume that chilled water and heating water is same flow rate. Leaving water temperature for heating water is 45 degree. We can refer table 3 to 4 again. We can get 45 degree from table 3 to 4 as heat pump unit. Then, we can get calculated entering temperature as reference. Then, we completed explanation for calculation part. Next, make summary of design specifications. This time, we assume that number of unit is 4 number. So, it should be divided by 4. For example, calculated cooling capacity 520 kilowatts. Number of unit is 4 number. So, design specification is 131 kilowatts per unit. After that, make comparison and selection matrix for manufacturer's product. As sample, we filled in selection from table 3 to 6. This is table 3 to 6 specification summary for heat pump unit chiller. Then, we selected AHP 150. We completed explanation for heat pump unit. We uploaded calculation format in this URL. Please access and download. Thank you for watching this movie. We will provide useful information for M&A design practice in this channel. See you again in next movies.